and welcome back to my corner of the internet. I'm Shannon, and today I have my Namaste in Bed Today mug, and in that mug I have what I think I had in my last Tea Talk video too, and this is the organic chamomile and lavender from Celestial Organics. I always want to say Celestial Seasonings, but that's more of their holiday teas and like their sweet kind of desserty teas, which I also love, but I love this one. It's nice, relaxing, calming, soothing, good time. Anyway, you guys, today is not just any day. Today is my sister's birthday. My sister is turning 30 years old today, and that's crazy. It honestly seems like just yesterday that she was so little. Just a little tiny girl. There's a big age gap in between us. There's almost 8 years difference. And so because of that, for a long time, especially when like I was a teenager and she was a little girl, instead of a sort of friendship relationship, it felt a lot like she was someone I had to look after and take care of. And you know, as we got older, that dynamic changed and now it's more friendship, but for so long she was just this little...
We are not crying here today.
But for so long she was just this little tiny girl who was so strange and so funny. And now she's a wife and a mom, and she has a beautiful son, and her and I have been through some really hard times together, as all sisters have. But there's nobody in the world that I would rather have gone through those things with. And here we are now on the other side, and things are sunshiny again. And we have our beautiful families. I'm so happy, Kelly, that you live close by and that we're able to see each other as often as we are. And I can't wait to see you tonight to celebrate your birthday with you, and I love you very much. So, cheers to that. Okay, I'm gonna have a lot of editing to do to that first part of the video to get all of the times I had to stop filming to cry out of there. Anyway, let's move on. Next up, one other thing that I wanted to mention is yesterday, I think, word got out that a very large YouTuber named The King of Random passed away. And he was a YouTuber, before I even really knew what YouTubers were, he was one that I had seen because my daughter, I don't know if she was recommended him by a teacher at school to watch, but back when she was like 8 or 9, she brought him to our attention, and as a family we would watch his videos. He had a lot of really, really interesting science videos where he would do science experiments and things like that. And he was a husband and a father of 4. And on Monday, he was in a paragliding or parasailing accident and he passed away. And I told my daughter about it today, and you could see the look on her face, the emotion when you hear of someone that had a big impact on you. We used to watch his videos, and then she'd want to try the experiments that he tried, and we'd do a few of them, and we just had a lot of fun with his content. And it's just really great, really educational content. And we all of us were so sad to hear of his passing. And I mean, he was only 38 years old, and like I said, a father of 4. So, you know, at 38 years old, his kids aren't that old. They're, you know, smaller children, I'm sure. But I just wanted to recommend to anyone watching, if you have kids or teenagers even, it's just really fun, cool content. Or grandkids, you know, and you want, if you're sitting around and you want something to do, you can look around his channel and I'm sure find something for anyone, something for everyone that's watching. And so that channel is King of Random, and he was truly one of a kind, and he sparked interest in science to, I'm sure, a lot of kids, mine included. And it hadn't been something that really interested her too much before, but he sparked a love in her. And very, very sorry to hear of his passing. So cheers to Grant. And one final sort of memory lane item I wanted to touch on today is a memory that I have about my grandfather. My grandfather passed away 8 years ago. One thing that back when I was a little girl living back home in Newfoundland that I used to love to do with him was to go out on his boat and to go fishing or whale watching. My personal favorite thing to do was to watch for the whales, but we'd always go fishing, and sometimes it'd be a bunch of family that would go out in the boat. Other times it would be just me and my grandfather, or me and my grandfather and grandmother. And those were really some of my best childhood memories. Just very sweet, and they hold a very special place in my heart. Anyway, so what you would fish in Newfoundland is codfish. That's the main, the main fish that you catch when you go fishing. How you catch a cod is you jig for it. And a cod jigger looks like this. I'm going to insert a picture right here. So that's what a cod jigger looks like. Anyway, so one day my grandfather and I were out on the boat. It might have been just the two of us, honestly. I'm not sure. I can't remember anyone else being around. And I was fishing and I caught something, and I was so excited, and I was pulling the line back up, and I come face to face with what can only be described as a sea demon. This thing looked like it was the inside of some other fish. It was just absolutely terrifying. And now that I know, and I'm older, I know that it's a pretty common fish to find in Atlantic water and maybe other waters, I don't know, but it was a Johnny Sculpin, and it was the first time I'd ever seen one. And if you've seen one, they're horrific. And I got such a fright because I pulled it up, and then its big ugly face was staring at me. And I got such a fright that I dropped the line and let the fish go back down in the water. But that didn't feel like enough because I didn't know how to get the fish off the line. So I put the whole jigger, all of it, over the side of the boat. And my grandfather was wordlessly, and I'm sure speechlessly, watching this all happen. After the jigger had been safely disposed of, I looked at my grandfather, and the look on his face is priceless. I wish there was a way for me to show you the look on his face, but it was just so funny. Last week, my mom was home in Newfoundland for a visit. When she was there, she had seen in one of the local shops that the woman who owned it or worked there, or whatever the case was, she would make by hand there at the store with clay little Johnny Sculpin replicas. And my mom, knowing this story, when she saw it, she picked one up for me and brought it home as a souvenir. And you guys, if that's not the funniest thing you've ever seen, like, so I just had to share that story with you and show you my new fish because it makes me laugh every time I see it. And of course, remember my grandfather and our fateful day out on the boat. But that just, it cracks me up. I'm gonna have to give him a name. If you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments down below. Anyway, you guys, cheers to grandparents and the wonderful memories that they leave you with. So that is going going to do it for me for today. Anyone who has ordered books from the book, Blind Date with a Book video, I'm just about getting ready to stick those in the mail for you guys. I had ended up having to wait for one item to come in the mail to me so I could get the boxes properly done for you. And once they are in the mail, I will be messaging everybody who bought one to give you a tracking number and all that info so that you can keep track of it. And then I'll also be able to see once it arrives, and then we know it's all safe and sound. And I can't wait to get these boxes out to you guys. They're, I think, very cute, and I think you will enjoy them. And if you're interested, check out, I will link the video down below, the Blind Date with the Book video. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.